Oh, hello. All right, I'm back. Part two of Beware of your children, stepchildren, nieces and nephews, and all that good old stuff. Um, I think I was in the story of Acre, and I was going to get into these parables, right? Um, so when Acre he went to visit Pharaoh, and he was his secretary. He gave his position to his nephew. He had set him up with the king, Sennacherib of Assyria, and he got released. And of course, he wasn't dead, and now he's going to get revenge, basically on his nephew that forged the false letters to Pharaoh and the prince and the king of Persia. And the king thought it was Ahikar that set up um, him with against Egypt and Persia and all that to get killed, but it was Nadab, his nephew, his sister's son that he took for his son. And the Bible saying we gotta be careful what we ask for. So in the beginning of the story of Acor, the parable, he asked the Most High for sons and daughters, but um, he was told he's not going to get any. And so he was told, or he thought, oh, I'll take my sister's son and he will be my son. So, and that he would bury him, but he got to see that he wound up burying him. But anyway, because he wanted his son to bury him and continue his lineage and all that good stuff. That's how important it was. He had 60 wives and no son or daughter. But anyway, it says, and when Hakar went in or out, he scolded Nadab, his sister's son, saying to him wisely, O Nadab, my boy, I have done to you all that is good and kind, and you have rewarded me for it with what is ugly and bad and with killing. Right? Because he sought to kill him, then and Nadab did also when you go back into the chapters. We skipped over this, so now we're not going to skip over it. Nadab was told by the king to cry for his uncle and, show remorse and love and all of that, but he didn't. This is what he did. I'm going to go back. Uh, chapter 3, and I'm going to read um, 57. All right, verse 57 in chapter 3, it says, then he called for Nathan. The king called for Nathan and said to him, go and take your friends with you and make a mourning and a weeping for your uncle Ahikar, and lament, cry for him, as the law is doing, honoring to his memory. But when Nathan, the foolish, the ignorant, the hard-hearted, went to the house of his uncle, he neither wept, he neither cried, nor was sad, nor wailed, but assembled, he gathered heartless and dissolute people, and set about eating and drinking. They're having a party, all right? And Nathan began to seize the maidservants and the slaves and belonging to Ahikar, and chained them and tortured them and beat them with the sword beating. All right. And he did not respect the wife of his uncle neither. She who had brought him up raised him like her own son or boy, but wanted her to fall into sin with him. He wanted to take her, have sex with her. All right. So now we're going to compare the account of Nathan to Matthew's. All right. Let me grab it. Matthew 24. Matthew 24, 48. But I'm sorry. Let me read 47. It says, truly I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his mind, my Lord delayeth his coming, he's not going to come, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, beat his fellow servants, and to eat and to drink with the drunkards, party. That's what Nathan did. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour of time that he is not aware of it, and shall cut him in half, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, the liars. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right. So the Most High comes back and you're not doing what's right. Like what happened to the foolish virgins. All right. Be the wise virgins, not the foolish virgins, Israel. All right. Let's go to Luke 12. Luke 12:43. And it reads, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. All right. And let me go back, go to 42. And the Lord said, who then is the faithful and wise steward, whom his master shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat, the food at the right time in the due season. It says, blessed is the servant, the worker, whom his master, when he cometh, shall find so doing. All right. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. And if that servant say in his mind, my master delay his coming, he's not coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maids, and to eat and to drink, and to be drunken. All right, that's what Nathan started to do. All right, and the Lord of the servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in half, and will appoint him his part with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, his master's desire, and prepared not himself, ready himself not, neither did according to his direction, his instruction, his teaching, his law, shall be beaten with many stripes. What? Many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes beating shall be beaten with few stripes, blows. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required, and to him men have committed much. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? What would I do if it already be um, ablaze? Huh? All right. And oh, we got to read this. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? Think I'm going to give shalom on earth? I tell you no, but rather division. Right? And from hence out there shall be five in one house divided, three against two, and two against three. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's more on that, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. So now let's go back to that story. All right, I'm back to chapter 7. That's where we're gonna finish this off. One moment. Finish this off. Okay. And so, all right. It says, and Nathan, oh my boy, I have done to you all that is good, right? And kind. And you have rewarded me for it with what is ugly and bad and with killing. O my son, my daughter, it is said in the Proverbs, he who listens not with his ears, they will make him listen with the scruff of his neck. Ooh. And Nathan said, for what cause are you angry with me? For what reason are you angry with me? And Ahikar said to him, because I brought you up and taught you and gave you honor and respect and made you great and reared you with the best of breeding and seated you in my place that you might be my heir, be my son in the world, and you didst treat me with killing and did repay me with my ruin to destroy me. Ain't that interesting? Most High sent his only begotten son, they killed him. All right, but anyway. But the Most High knew that I was wrong, and he saved me from the snare. He saved me from the trap which you had set for me. For the Lord, the Master, healeth the broken heart. The Most High heals the brokenhearted and hindereth the envious and the haughty. Right? Oh my boy, thou hast been to me like the scorpion, which when it strikes on brass and pierces it. Oh my boy, you art like the gazelle who was eating the roots of the madder, and it said to her, eat of me today, and take your fill, and tomorrow they will tan the hide in my roots. Oh my boy, thou hast been to me like a man who showed his comrade naked in the chilly time of winter, and he took cold water and poured it upon him. Oh my boy, thou hast been to me like a man who took a stone and threw it up to heaven to the sky to stone his Lord with it. And the stone did not hit and did not reach high enough, but it became the cause of guilt and sin. Oh, my boy, if you had honored me and respect me and have listened to my words, you would have been my heir, you would have been my son, and would have reigned over my dominion. Oh, my son, know you that if the tail of the dog or the pig were 10 cubits long, it would not approach to the worth of the horses, even if it were like silk. My boy, I thought that thou wouldst have been my heir, my son, at my death, and thought, and though, and though through, and though through your envy and your insolence didst desire to kill me, but the Most High spared me from thine cunning. O my son, thou hast been to me like a trap which was set up on a dunghill, and there came a sparrow and found the trap set up. And the sparrow said to the trap, What doest you here? What are you doing here? Said the trap, I am praying here. I am praying here to God. Mm. And the lark asked it also, What is the piece of wood that thou holdest? Said the trap, That is a young oak tree on which I lean at the time of prayer. Said the lark, And what is that thing in thy mouth? Said the trap, That is bread and victuals which I carry for all the hungry and the poor who come near to me. Said the lark, Now then may I come forward and eat, for I am hungry. And the trap said to him, Come forward, come on. And the lark approached that it might eat. But the trap sprang up and seized the lark by its neck. And the lark answered and said to the trap, If that is your bread for the hungry, God accepteth not thine alms, thy gifts, and thy kind deeds, kind works. And if that is your fasting and your prayers, the Most High accepteth from you neither your fast nor thy prayer, and Yah will not perfect what is good concerning thee. That's a Oh, my boy, thou hast been to me as a lion who made friends with an ass, and the ass kept walking before the lion for a time. And one day the lion sprang upon the ass and ate it up. Oh, my boy, thou hast been to me like a weevil in the wheat, for it does no good to anything but robs the wheat and gnaws it, eat the wheat. Oh, my boy, thou hast been like a man who sowed 10 measures of wheat, and when it was harvest time, he arose and reaped it, and garnered it, and beat it, threshed it, and toiled it over it to the very utmost, and it turned out to be 10 measures. And its master said to it, O thou lazy thing, thou hast not grown, thou hast not shrunk. Oh, my boy, thou hast been to me like a partridge that had been thrown into the net, and she could not save herself. But she called out to the partridges that she might cast them with herself into the net, to the trap. Oh, my boy, thou hast been to me like the dog that was cold, and it went into the potter's house to get warm. And when it had got warm, it began to bark at them, and they chased it out and beat it, that it might not bite them. Oh, my son, thou hast been to me like the pig, who went into the hot bath with people of quality. And when it came out of the hot bath, it saw a filthy hole, and it went down and wallowed in it. O my son, thou hast been to me like the goat which joined to its comrades on their way to the sacrifice, and it was unable to save itself. O my boy, the dog which is not fed from its hunting becomes food for flies. O my son, the hand which does not work and plow, and is greedy and cunning, shall be cut away from its shoulder. Oh my son, the eye in which light is not seen, the raven shall pick at it and pluck it out. Ugh. Oh my boy, thou hast been to me like a tree whose branches they were cutting, and it said to them, if something of me were not in your hands, truly you would be unable to cut me. Oh my boy, thou art like the cat to whom they said, leave off thieving till we make for you a chain of gold and feed you with sugar and almonds. And she said, I am not forgetful of the craft of my father and my mother. O my son, thou hast been like the serpent riding on a thorn bush when he was in the midst of a river. And a wolf saw them and said, mischief upon mischief, and let them who is more mischievous than they direct both of them. And the serpent said to the wolf, the lambs and the goats and the sheep which you have eaten all thy life, will you return them to their fathers and to their parents? Or no? Or no? Said the wolf, no. And the serpent said to him, I think that after myself you are the worst of us. Mm. Oh my boy, I fed you with good food, and you did not feed me with dry bread. Oh my boy, I gave you sugar water to drink and good syrup, and you did not give me water from the well to drink. Oh my boy, I taught you and brought you up, and you did dig a hiding place for me and did conceal me, hide me. Oh my boy, I brought you up with the best upbringing and trained you like a tall cedar, and thou hast twisted and bent me. Oh my boy, it was my hope concerning you that you would build me a fortified castle that I might be hid from my enemies, concealed from my enemies in it. And you did become to me like one burying in the depth of the earth. But the Lord took pity on me and delivered, he saved me from thy cunning. Oh my boy, I wished you well, and you did reward me with evil and hatefulness. And now I would fain tear out thine eyes and make you food for dogs, and cut out thy tongue, and take off thy head with the edge of the sword, and recompense reward you for thine abominable deeds work. And when Nathan heard this speech from his uncle Hakar, he said, oh, my uncle, deal with me according to thy knowledge, and forgive me my sins. For who is there who have sinned like me? Or who is there who forgives like thee? Accept me, O my uncle. Now I will serve in your house and groom your horses and sweep up the dung of your cattle and feed your sheep. For I am the wicked, and you are the righteous. I the guilty, and you the forgiving. Hmm. Compared to the parable of the prodigal son in Luke 15, verse 19. Hmm. Accept me, O my uncle. He said, I the guilty, and you the forgiving. And Ahikar said to him, O my boy, you are like the tree which was fruitless beside the water, and its master was fain to cut it down. And it said to him, remove me to another place, and if I do not bear fruit, cut me down. Give me another chance. And then if I don't do right, kill me. And its master said to it, though being beside the water, even though you're right next to the water, have not borne fruit, how shall you bear fruit when you are in another place? Mm. How you gonna be close to the Father, the law, statutes, commandments, and one keeping the word, one that's a good and righteous teacher, righteous man, and you bear no fruit. Hmm. And it said, let me read it again. And it said, thou being beside the water, you was right next to the righteous, not bearing fruit, and you didn't bear no fruit, no increase. How shall you bear fruit, be successful when you are in another place? It don't matter where you go. Mm. Oh my boy, the old age of the eagle is better than the youth of the cow. Mm. Oh, my boy, they said to the wolf, keep away from the sheep, if lest their dust should harm you. And the wolf said, the dregs of the sheep's milk are good for my eyes. Uh, My boy, they made the wolf go to school that he might learn to read. And they said to him, say ah, it says A, B, ah, and death. He said, lamb and goat in my belly. Ah, oh my boy. They set the ass down at the table, and he fell and began to roll himself in the dust. And one said, let him roll himself, for it is his nature. He will not change. Right? Like Gino. He says, oh my boy, the saving has been confirmed, which ruin. If you begettest a boy, call him thy son. And if you rearest a boy, call him thy slave. O my boy, he who doeth good shall meet with good, and he who doeth evil shall meet with evil. For the Most High requiteth, he repays a man according to the measure of his work, his deed. O my boy, what shall I say more to you than these sayings? For the Most High knoweth what is hidden. He knows what's secret, and is familiar or acquainted with the mysteries and the secrets. That's right, hidden things. And he will requite, he will repay you, and will judge between me and you, and will recompense thee according to your deserts. All right. And when Nathan heard the speech, his uncle Hakar, he swelled up immediately and became like a blown out bladder. And his limbs swelled, and his legs, and his feet, and his side, and he was torn, and his belly burst in half, his insides were scattered, and he died. He perished, and he died. And his latter end was destruction. He went to hell, for he who digs a pit for his brother shall fall into it, hell. And he who sets up traps, snares, shall be caught in them, in traps. This is what happened, and we found about the tale of Ahikar. And praise be to God, Yah El, forever. Amen and peace. Shalom. This chronicle is finished with the help of the Most High. May He be praised. Amen and amen. So, blessings. I hope that you go and you actually read the whole thing. It's beautiful. The precepts are great. You connect them with the Bible. You will be obviously more wiser, right? Um, but yeah, this is just a parable, a story, and I'll read the front summary of this. All right. So the story of Acre. We have in the story of Acre one of the most ancient sources of human thought and wisdom. Its influence can be traced through the legends of many people, including the Quran and the Old and New Testaments. A mosaic found in Treves, Germany, pictured among the wise men of the world the character of Acre. Here is his color tale. The date of this story has been a subject of lively discussion. Scholars finally put it down about the first century, and they were proved in error by the original story turning up in an Aramaic papyrus of 500 BC among the ruins of Elephantine. All right, and there's different versions, and you can compare the precepts, the different versions, and there's some really nice cuts. All right. The story is obviously fiction and not history. In fact, the reader can make its acquaintance felt familiarity in the supplementary pages of the Arabian Nights. It is brilliantly written in a narrative which is full of action, intrigue, and narrow escape holds the attention to the end. The liberty of imagination is the most precious possession of the writer. The writing divides itself into four phases: the narrative, the teaching, the remarkable series of proverbs, the journey to Egypt, parables, with which Acre completes the education of his erring nephew. Alright? So you gotta be beware of your children. Beware what you vow, you ask from the Most High. Right? Because you're on earth, he's in heaven. Right? And he's your master, your king, your Lord. And, but this story parable has some gems here for us to learn and have a better understanding of things that we go through in life. So when you go and read through the parables, think about just just adding to your wisdom. We have the wisest. You know it's Solomon and David and just all the prophets, right? And the Most High used others as well, right? And you can learn from all. So that's all I'm saying. So give all honor to the Most High and praise to the Most High for His word. Um, Continue to seek His word. Um, get that real quick. Um, says here, let me get that. I want to put something in my phone. Okay. This is a description of him that is truly wise. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law, commandment of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, the law, will seek out the wisdom of all, not some, but of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy. He will keep the sayings of the renowned famous men, and where sub hidden parables are, he will be there also, and he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. All right. And it says also, he will give his heart to resort early to the Most High that made him and created him, and will pray before the Most High, and will make open his mouth in prayer and make prayers for his sins. When the when the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Most High in his prayer. All right. He will direct his advice and knowledge, and, and in his secret shall he meditate. I'm sorry, he shall direct his counsel and his knowledge and his secrets shall he meditate, and he shall show out that which he have learned, that shall glory, honor, in the law of the agreement of the Most High. Mm-hmm. And so, and the scripture also say, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. All right, all right. So, all praise to the Most High. Um, you know, give your time to the Most High, because look, it says, how can he get wisdom that followeth the plow, that's always working, and that glorieth in the goad, that that driveth the oxen and is occupied in their labor, business, and whose talk is a bullock. All right. So you gotta, with your time, use your time wisely. Using your time wisely, learning the precepts of the Most High, and keeping the law, statutes, commandments, His holy days, and then reading Proverbs, and he will find out the secrets of great synthesis and become conversant in dark parables, right? And and he will be able to find out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecy. So, just sharing that. All praises and honor goes to the Most High. I pray that this is good wisdom and helps you train up your child in the way it should go. And know that you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You never know what's going to go on, but you still have to have faith that they will return. But the children can't be in a bubble. They're going to go through their trials and tribulations so they can witness and praise the Most High and say how great He is. You know, but He is great. He's wonderful. I pray for the 12 tribes of Israel. Blessings over all the lives of the Israelites and the Gentiles that trust and love His people. All right. So, blessings to the 12 tribes. Blessings to all my family and friends. I hope this helps you and makes you aware that children are oppressors and women are ruling over. And so a wicked man, and there's the earth is given over to the wicked, you know that, in the hands of the wicked. And there's principalities and powers in high places. And don't conform to this world and be a friend of this world. You don't want to be an enemy of the Most High, right? You want to be a friend of the Most High, right? You don't want to be destroyed. Um, so I hope y'all have a blessed one. I will go real quick, pull up this and just read some of the news. If it'll come up. Not, let's see if it'll come up. Yeah, it'll come up. Okay, let me share that. Babylon is falling. Great time to be alive. Great time to trust our King. Right? Jeremiah, 7:23. But this thing committed I them. This is what He commanded them, saying, Obey my voice, Israel, and I will be your power, your Elohim, and ye shall be my people, Israelites, and walk ye in all the ways, Yahudim, walk you in all the ways that I have commanded you, and all the laws that I've given you, that it may be well unto you, Israel. But they hearkened, they listened not, nor opened their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the time, the age, the hour that your fathers came out of the land of Mizraim, Egypt, bondage, unto this day, I I have sent unto you all my servants the prophets daily, getting up early and sending them. Still, they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. They have done worse than their fathers. And so now, here's some of the news that's going on. Let's see. Says is climate change causing wildfire seasons to be worse? No, people are doing it. The Chinese, it says differences. Why China is different from the rest of the world? Uh, he has 9 wives and wants more, but first he is divorcing 4 of them. Okay, what about it? Let's see. Schools have no children. Elon Musk promotes What is a Woman? Doc hits over 100 million views. Hmm. Geoengineering fake clouds. That's what's going on. Robot surveillance dog spotted in Newcastle, UK. Uh, Mass vaccine disclosure. Hmm. Cambridge teaches students that Anglo-Saxons never existed. Rihanna Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show was more blatant than ever before. Super fentanyl zombie apocalypse. There is only 2 genders. A man is a man and a woman is a female. Mhm. What mRNA, graphene oxide reverse transcribed DNA can do? Mm. Breaking a lightning strike has ignited a mass fire at Calcier refining plant in Louisiana. Mm. Jamie Foxx left blind, paralyzed by the death thing. Chad. Mhm. San Francisco sinks to desperate measures to lure tourists back to crumbling city. 911 call released a kid's car fire by mom who left to shoplift. You know what I'm saying? Financial contagion, economic contagion, how it spreads and what it means for you. Says Oracle has been tracking billions of people through their Java and selling the private data. Actor Ukraine Zelensky gives address to Arab League summit in Saudi Arabia. There are many ritual ground locations, Disneyland in California and Florida, child trafficking, satanic worship. Gender queer is a story about child abuse. All kind of stuff that needs to be, this is what's showing. There's a whole bunch of chaos going on in the world. Um, New York and California lost $90 billion to low tax states, show new IRS data. Mm. I know it was a train crash in India. There's a lot of things going on right now. Child sex trafficking of the elite. Mm-hmm. Pizzagate, Comet Pizza, that crap. What's going on? A lot of cover up going on. Private digital money protects your liberty in a world run by government. Tyrants and thieves. Democrats want you to pay to access First Amendment rights. Mm. Says here, children's choir told to stop singing national anthem at U.S. Capitol causes it might offend someone. Mm. Data security web can give you power over your data. 20 million robot dies on the job. Mm. Chick-fil-A shocks America abandons Christian values for woke agenda. LGBTQ family problem. Mm. Nearly half of them say fine prison time appropriate for questioning the vax, and poll says nobody is safe until everyone is safe. That's a lie. Mm. Power grid attack. There's a lot of things going on. You know, that goes back into the rumors of wars and earthquakes and diverse places, all of that. Tyrese, they are trying to normalize the devil. He's speaking. Huh. NYC hotels used for migrants. YouTube's huge election fraud reversal. YouTube just suddenly reversed misinformation policy after banning thousands of accounts. Hmm. Yeah, YouTube reverses 2020 election policy on misinformation. Hmm. weather control famine. Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah. Fractional dump Pentagon prevails. Hmm. Yeah, Joe Biden has serious fall. Trump says, I hope he's okay. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Health Rangers announce test results of water filters for cesium removal. Trans rights to trans entitlements, a threat to civil society. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world. This ain't even like the real big news and what's going on. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. Bioweapon. Hmm. But anyway, I thought I would share some things. One day I'm gonna go to Facebook and shout out people that post great things because we are the watchers and they're posting good things, but nobody's hitting like and nobody's caring what's going on because they love the idols and celebrities and they enjoy wickedness. Yeah, but anyway, I have a blessing.